Hello, welcome on my YouTube channel. Today I discuss the basic history of American people. For more than half century, the prevailing story of how the first human came to American went like this. Some 13,000 years ago, the small bones of Stone Age hunter
You
walked
say
across
it's
a land bridge
hard to
between
tell
the eastern
just what I'm
Siberia and the
thinking.
western
You
Alaska,
think it's
eventually
hard
making
to
their
see
way down an
behind my
ice-free island
smile.
corridor in the
I'll
heart
say
of North
whatever
America,
you want.
chasing the
Let
steps
you
of
work
bison,
it
woody
apart
mammoths,
if
and
you
other
want
large mammals. These
to.
essentials of the today's Native American, establishing a thriving culture that eventually separated across two continents to step the South America. In the recent years, however, that version of events has taken a beating, not least because of discovery of archaeological site of North America and the South America, showing that the human had been the continent 1 or 2,000 years before the supposed first migration. A subsequent theory, known as the Kelp Highway, came closer to the mark as the massive ice sheet covering western North America retreated the first human arrival on the continent, not only by foot but the boat, traveling down the Pacific shore and subsisting on abundant coastal resources. This is an important information. Now our understanding of when the people reach the Americas and where they came from is expanding dramatically. The emerging pictures just that human may have arrived in the North America at least 20,000 years ago and 5,000 years earlier than had been commonly believed. A new research raises the possibility of an intermediate settlement of the 100 or 1,000 people who separate out the wild land stretching between North America and Asia. The heart of that territory has long since been submerged by the Pacific Ocean, forming the present-day Bering State, but the some 25,000 to 15,000 years ago. State itself and the continent size expand follow kings it were high and dry. That vanished world is called Baranegia, and the developing theory about the pivotal role in the populating of North America is known as the Bridging Standard Still hypothesis. Now, the much of this new theorizing driven not by archaeological set welding shoals but the evolutionary genetics, the DNA samples from the some of the oldest human remaining the American and from even older ones in Asia. Those discoveries have opened the wide gap between that the genetics seems to be seeing and what the archaeological actually show. Human may have been on the both sides the Bering Land Bridge the some 20,000 years ago, but the skeptical archaeological they will not believe in this grand idea until they hold the relevant artifacts in their hands, pointing out that no, they come from North American archaeological site older than 15,000 to 16,000 years currently exist. But other archaeological are confident it is only a matter of time until older sites or discoveries in the sprawling, sparsely populated land of the eastern Siberia, Alaska, and the northern western Canada sides. It is an existing, if at times esoteric and diabetic, touching on the basic questions of what are the connected to, such as why the people first came to America and how they managed and survived. Yet, no matter when or how they made the trek, quest, what is now Canada was and there in itinerary, and that is what brought me to British Columbia to meet up with a group of the anthropologists who have discovered important signs of Asian life along the Pacific Ocean. The rugged shorelines of British Columbia is covered by the coastal coves in inlets and darts with the tens of thousands of islands on the cool mornings. Arrive on the Katura Land about 100 miles northwest of the One Korea to join the group of researchers from the University of Victoria and the non-profit Hokkaido Institute. When I arrived, the team was just finishing the several days of digging, the latest in a series of excavations along the British Columbia coast that had understand the artifacts from is back 14,000 years ago. on a cobble beach and the nearby the forest pit that was about the 6 feet deep and the 4 feet square. Fish and his colleagues had discovered more than 1200 articraft, mostly stone flocks, a few as old as 12,800 years old, that testify to rich the maritimes, dub culture rock, scrapers, spread points, simple flags, knobs, grabs, and the ghost excised stone use are hummus. Fitch reckoned that the cove is for most likely base camp that was ideally situated to exploit the fish, waterfall, shellfish, and the marine mammals from the fresh seas. The next is a very important. Several recent studies show that the last ice age between the two loosened great portions of the coastal British Columbia and the southern and eastern Alaska were becoming the free as far back 70,000 to 18,000 years ago. There's a very important case about the today the coast of Pacific Northwest bears little the resemblance to the world the first American would have encountered. The largely forested shoreline Isa would have been bare rock following the formations to the rate of the ice sheets. And in the last 15 to 20,000 years, the sea levels have risen some 400 feet. But the Fitch and his colleagues have developed the elaborate technique to find the ancient shorelines that were not driven by the rising seas. Their success had hinged on the solving the geological puzzles dating back to end of the last ice age. The world warmed, the vast ice sheet that covered much North America to a depth of the 2 miles in some places began to melt. This thawings, coupled with the melting of glacier and ice sheets worldwide, sent global in the level of shrinkings of words. But the ice sheets weighed billions of tons as they vanished in the immense weight was lifted from Earth's crust, allowing it to bounce back like the foam pad. In some places, Fitch says the coast of British Columbia rebounded more than 600 feet in the few thousand years. The change was happening so rapidly that they would have been noticeable on the almost year-to-year basis.